This clip is being filmed in the international waters of the Caribbean, where Stu and I are on a cruise. Now, you'd think that cruising would be entirely relaxing. And what we've noticed in speaking with our fellow cruising passengers is that many of them are anything but. They are lying on their deck chairs for hours on end, and even though the deck chairs have an upper back that is somewhat adjustable, they're reading or they're playing on their iPads in very awkward prone and supine positions. So on their bellies or on their backs, and they're getting tight in their backs and they're getting tight through their necks. So we're going to look at supine twists from this perspective of helping relieve tension through their back and in through their neck. So let's go over to Stu and take a peek at him where he is lying on the ground here on this lovely boat. So a couple of things to think about when we're looking at a twist. When we think about a twist, we're thinking about rotating through the torso, and specifically the pelvis relative to the rib cage. Now we can move either the rib cage, keeping the pelvis quiet, we can move the pelvis, keeping the rib cage quiet, or we can move both simultaneously. But the key is that there needs to be movement from here to here, because the engine of a twist rests with the obliques. So whatever we're doing is we want to think about those two chunks, those two pieces. And we also want to keep in mind that the shoulders need to be quiet. So in this supine twist, we're going to start by moving Stu's leg bone up into position. So he's going to move this leg into flexion. And the key piece here is that he's just moved this leg bone. The pelvis hasn't done anything awkward or odd. It's just this leg bone moving in this hip socket. He's taking the leg across the body now in a movement called adduction, and then takes the hand onto the thigh. Now sometimes in preparing for this, a pinching sensation can occur right in the front of the hip. So if that's the case for you, slide your hand down toward the hip. Take it away from the knee and slide it on down. Then from here, Stu is going to help move into the twist, into that rotation. Now, one more thing to consider is that the shoulder needs to be quiet, because if that shoulder isn't quiet and he moves further, that's no longer a twist at all. So come on back, and let's show this on the other side. So the leg's going to come back down, and the opposite one is going to lift up, moving that leg bone right in that hip socket as quiet as possible, then bringing the hand over toward the knee. And again, if there's any pinching, slide the hand down towards the hip, and then bring the leg across the body, follow with the twist, keeping that shoulder totally quiet, because if the shoulder comes up, then we move the whole torso over, and we aren't cultivating this movement between the pelvis and the rib cage in that area where the obliques exist. Coming on back, letting that leg come on down. Now yes, we're on a cruise and we're talking about some of the issues that come up from lying around on a belly or on your back position when reading books, but really this can happen, tension in the neck and the back can happen anytime and any place. So consider the supine twist, moving the pelvis relative to the rib cage, keeping that shoulder girdle quiet as you move to help relieve back and neck tension wherever you are. Enjoy and have a great day.